In order to live an extraordinary and abundant life, you must focus on your internal battle and win within. My name is Randy Wilson, and welcome to the RichMind Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the RichMind Podcast. And today, I have a quick question for you as far as your mindset. And a lot of times we'll be hearing a lot about mindset, and that's one thing that I love to talk about and discover within myself. But then I also want to share those questions and ideas that I'm learning for myself with you, the listener. So let's get into the different types of mindset. And then at the end of the episode, I have 5 steps, 5 things you can implement right away into your life and start seeing some progress in your own mindset. These are the things that I've done for myself. And I would highly encourage you to take the information here in the podcast and apply it into your life as quick as you possibly can, because once you do that, you're going to start seeing some progress. And once you start seeing some progress, you're going to be encouraged to keep going. And as you keep going, you're going to see better results. And that's when things start to really get to be fun. So I really hope that you'll take this message today and put it into action. So let's talk about mindset. What are some of the words that you use in your own dialogue when you have conversations with folks? Do the words "I can't" come out of your mouth often? Are those the thoughts that you have in your mind often? Or do you come into the ideas or different challenges with "I can" or "I will" or "I must"? There's a complete difference. And that's where the differences in mindset come in terms of accomplishing big goals and big things in your life going forward. So the first thing I want you to do is think through some of the dialogue. Pay attention today as you're having conversations with other folks. Try to pay attention to your internal dialogue. What's going on in the chatter in your own mind? Do you feel yourself saying a lot that you can't, that you shouldn't? And try to replace those ideas and those thoughts with "I can" and "I will." And that is simply going to begin the transformation of this mindset. So a lot of times we'll hear about scarcity versus abundance, victim versus creator, fixed versus growth mindsets. And so the idea is that we want to take yourself from a limiting beliefs, your limiting mindsets, and turn them into growth mindsets, turn them into abundant mindsets. And you do that by taking control of this internal dialogue and rewriting the script, taking away those negative narratives that you've been fed, that you currently believe, that you have the ability to change today. You can begin to change yourself right now in the process. And that's what I hope you will do moving forward. So let's embrace, starting today, this can-do attitude that I can and I will and I must. You must change your dialogue, your internal dialogue that's going on in your mind, the words that you use when you're around other people, the words that you use in your own silence and your own messaging in your mind. It is crucial to take control of them as quickly as you possibly can, so that way you can then control and take control of your life. That's been my experience, as I've been able to work on understanding that internal dialogue, the beliefs that I've had that may not necessarily be true, that have been passed on by friends, by family, by outside influences of any kind. You realize that they are not true. And when you embrace the idea that you can do anything, you can accomplish big things in your own life, you then begin to get courage. And that courage is what's going to allow you to continue to step forward. And as you continue to step forward, as I mentioned, you're going to be able to achieve greater things in your life. So let's get into the 5 things that I want you to work on today. Take some time. If you're listening to this in a place where you're not able to take some time to write down some ideas, jot some notes, then come back to this episode. But I think if you go through this exercise and these exercises, you're going to then begin to see the process of this internal battle, of trying to take control of your internal dialogue, this "I can't" belief system versus turning it into an "I can." So the first one is you need to identify your limiting beliefs. First off, you need to take control and pull out a piece of paper, pull out your journal. As I've mentioned a lot of times within previous episodes, journaling has been crucial to me in my life, and I highly encourage you to do that yourself. So if you haven't started the journaling process, find one. Find a regular notebook. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but start the journaling process. Identify your limiting beliefs inside of your journal today. Write down 5 things that you don't believe you can do. When you think that you can't do something, I want you to write down 5 of those limiting beliefs and study them, focused on them. Where are they coming from? Why are they there? Once you begin to understand these things and understand where they're coming from, that's when you're going to be able to take control and eliminate them from your life. Second step, I want you to challenge and reframe these limiting beliefs. So I want you to craft a positive message from I can't to I can. So anything you listed in your limiting beliefs of things that you cannot do, the 5 things, I want you then to reframe them into a positive I can statements. You can do XYZ. You can accomplish whatever you would like. Reframe these negative beliefs into positive beliefs, and I think this is going to be a powerful exercise. So make sure you do that as well. Third, we're going to get into the gratitude practice. If you're not experiencing abundance in your life, focus on gratitude. I've mentioned this in previous episodes, but the ability to be grateful for what you have today is going to allow you then to be open to more abundance in the future. So take some time in your journal today, right now. Begin, if you haven't started already, a gratitude practice. List down 5 things right now, right today, that you can be grateful for. And it can be the simplest things. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Just be grateful for the basics and the abundant things that you do have in your life today. If you focus on those things now, more things are going to be able to show up, and it starts with gratitude. Number 4, let's seek out opportunities. So as you begin to go down this path of abundance and gratitude and finding your limiting beliefs and then challenging them to reframe them, opportunities are going to be able to start showing themselves. And I need you and I want you to have the confidence to step into those opportunities. It can be going out and buying a new book. It can be going out and putting yourself in an environment where you're going to actually meet some new folks. Challenge yourself, seek out opportunities. If you're looking, you're going to find them. But if you don't have the other steps that we've talked about so far in practice, these opportunities are going to pass you by. And I promise you that if you can begin to start taking control of this internal dialogue, these opportunities will begin to present themselves, and then you're going to need the courage, and you're going to have the courage to step into them, and it's going to be a fantastic thing. And last today, I want you to take some time and celebrate the progress. Make the decision that big or small, it's all a comparison game. You're trying to compare your wins with other people's wins. And I want you to try to stop that today. Stop that immediately. Don't worry about what other people are doing out there in whatever their life is. I want you to focus on you and celebrate your progress. Celebrate your wins, big or small. Write them down. Think through. This could be part of your gratitude experience and gratitude journaling, right? Think through some of the things you've accomplished up to this point and think through big or small. It can be the easiest, smallest thing, but I want you to sit there and think about it and feel great about the accomplishment that you've done for yourself. So hopefully you found this episode valuable today. Take the time and go through the 5 steps that I've outlined here in this episode. These steps, as simple as they might sound, I promise you, if you can begin to make them a practice in your daily life, you're going to be able to start seeing different results in your external world. I'm a firm believer that once you take control of your internal dialogue, all of the mess that's going on inside of you, all of your beliefs, all of the stuff that's going on that is or is not necessarily true, once you start to control that and point that in a direction that you can have focus, you can have power towards accomplishing and becoming the person that you are meant to be, that's when this life of abundance and just a great way of being for yourself, for your family, for your future, it's just a beautiful thing. And that's been my experience, and I want that to be your experience as well. So go out there, have a fantastic day, put these practices into action, and let me know what you think. I'm trying to deliver as much value as I possibly can in these episodes, and one way you can help me with that is to share this with as many people as you possibly can. Share this with your family and friends if you feel like this message is valuable and that they would be able to benefit from it as well. I would greatly appreciate you doing that for me, and that would just be a fantastic thing. So I just truly appreciate that. So thank you. So go out there, as I mentioned, have a fantastic day. I look forward to coming back to you with the next episode very soon. Until then, bye now. Thank you for joining me on the RichMind Podcast. And remember, your external world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. So focus every day on that internal battle and win within. Until next time, my friends.